Yo, Boulevard.
What up?
Josh McDaniels is gone,
Thank
and
God.
the whole Raiders organization, well, the players at least are excited about it.
As it
Josh
should be.
McDaniels, Devontae Adams is like showing McDaniels the way out the door. This was him
Damn right.
volunteering as a member of the I don't even know what these people are called, but this is Devontae
I
Adams.
can't remember in this moment. I can't remember the call right now either. Yeah. Normally it's right
He's
there.
having a good old fucking time. He's having a good old damn time.
Yeah, can you
It's
blame
like,
them? It's happy days in Vegas. They getting a fresh start. I mean, their weird, creepy owner is still there, but everybody else is gone. It's a new day. Yes, it is. And it's a beautiful day. Look at this. Look at Devontae. Look at Devontae go. Like, bye, Josh. Get the hell out. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you.
it's so funny because this is likely what everybody in that locker room are actually saying. This is the feeling that
Mm-hmm.
everybody is. This is there's nobody that's like sad this guy is gone.
How could you be? I mean, it's the end of a terrible era, a terrible blight on their team history. And there were many blights on the history of the Raiders, but man, this was a bad one. Like that was
But
a
you know what?
terrible coach. McDaniels was terrible, and he ruined an already bad team and somehow made them worse. And they were at least competing before. So
What's even worse is that this is like the second time in the past 3 years that this team has needed an interim head coach.
mm-hmm. You know they owe
This
$80 million now to two head coaches.
that's that's
That's
insane.
ridiculous.
That's insane. Pay
We
that
are
shit.
all this guy. Now maybe they can figure out what to do with Jimmy Garoppolo. See if you can actually make a semi-competent quarterback out of him.
No, you can't.
Mm,
He's not a semi-competent quarterback.
no, he isn't. But, stranger things have happened in this league. Brock Purdy is considered competent somehow. So stranger
Yeah.
things have happened.
Well,
Mm. Peace out, Josh McDaniels. No one will miss you.
well. In that note, let's hit the bench.
Yeah.
Well, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy GQ here with Boulevard, and we are here for another great episode of Live from the Bench.
Indeed. Let's do this shit. I'm hype. You hype?
I'm very hyped.
Mm.
George Bush won the World Series.
Yeah, I heard. I didn't see, but yeah, I heard. I don't think anybody was really watching the Rangers versus the Diamondbacks. It's got to be one of the lowest rated series of all time. It's got to be. Like, who gives a crap about either team? Who
Absolutely.
cares? So
I wasn't. When the Phillies lost, I just stopped watching.
right. I mean, I was hoping for an Orioles Phillies World Series, but you never get what you want. It's all scripted. So
Absolutely not.
get Devontae out of there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You want some info on that World Series?
Yes,
I mean,
please.
that was the Rangers' first all-time win. They won
Wow.
a series 4-1. Just furthers my point that it probably wasn't a very good series. 4-1. That's like a gentleman's sweep, they call it. So
Yeah.
at least y'all tried Arizona, but you're Arizona. So congratulations to the Texas Rangers somehow, I guess. And Nolan Ryan and George Bush. But Nathan Eovaldi got his 5th postseason win to clinch the series. He threw 6 shutout innings to bring home the trophy.
Jesus.
I ain't got nothing else for it. What do you think?
I don't even care. I'm not a baseball guy. I only watch to see the Phillies in the playoffs. I know it sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does. But that's what the playoffs are for. Not everybody can win. Just appreciate that they got there. Appreciate the journey.
yes, indeed.
That's what it's about, not the destination. That's what they say.
Yeah, it's not what it's about, but what today's episode is about.
What's that?
It's Cowboys week. The Eagles are
Ooh.
hosting the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, the cow bitches. What do you think they're
Hmm.
going to do? What do you think they're going to come into town and do?
Try to throw the ball. They
That's
want to
when
try to
they're
throw
going
the
to get
ball.
beat the hell up.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Go hit them in the mouth. They're going to spit the teeth out and they're going to come back, get hit in the mouth again. Then they're going to bite their ankles or whatever else that guy said. All of that. That's what we're going to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm. All right. So let me go down what I've been paying attention to, which is mostly the gambling aspect of the game. The Cowboys, as you probably are well aware, have won 7 of the last 10 versus the Eagles.
Mm.
A lot of those are like irrelevant as games, but some of them matter. Point is, they won 7 of the last 10. The Eagles this time around, being as dominant as they've been, are 3-point favorites at home. The over/under is about 46. What do you think of that information?
I'll take the over. I think the score is going to be a lot higher.
Okay.
I mean, I think the over. I think both
Mhm.
teams might put up numbers. I think you're looking at 60, 70-point game. I think both teams are going to put up
Mm.
25, 30. I think you're going to look at not so much of a high scoring because I feel like this will be a defensive juggernaut, but I also see that AJ Brown and CD are both going to get theirs. But the problem with that is CD is going to get his, but Devontae, AJ, and Swift are also going to get theirs. That's where the problem lies for Dallas. I
So
feel
yeah,
like,
then let's get into the matchups then. Continue.
yeah, yeah, I feel like that's where it's going to lie with Dallas. It's like Dak is going to come out there and he's gonna hold Dallas up to where they think they need to be. But at the end of the day, I feel like CD is going to get 90, but it's going to get limited to just he's going to get a lot of catches, a lot of targets. And that's the reason why he's going to get those yardage. It's not going to be because he's going to be torching anything. So
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, I agree. It's Darius Slay. I assume Darius Slay is going to be guarding
hmm
CeeDee Lamb, and that's like, yeah, that's what all the Cowboys can really rely on in this, and that's what the Eagles are
hmm
going to go all out to stop is CeeDee Lamb.
hmm
I mean, offensively, for the Eagles offensively, I see Micah Parsons versus the tackles. I see that being more relevant of a matchup because they're going to have to scheme to do something about Parsons because like
Yep.
he's their most important defender, their most relevant defender, the most dangerous defender. Diggs is out there, but fuck Diggs. I mean, that's my next on this list when it comes to these different matchups on the field. Like you
hmm
were talking about AJ and Devontae versus the Dallas cornerbacks.
Right.
Like what is Dallas going to do? What are they going to do to slow down? She can't stop, but slow down this Eagles offense. It's like schematically they're going to have to do something. It'll be
Yeah.
a lot easier on the Eagles, though.
And like what I think is going to happen is, and this is going to be the part where Philadelphia wins it. It's always going to be one at that front of that defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles defense are going to eat today. They're going to
Yes.
eat today. I mean,
Yes.
this weekend. Jalen Carter's coming back. Uh, you're probably going to see a lot more healthier Eagles defense.
Mm-hmm.
Byard is getting some more time learning that defense, so he's going to be more active. And let me tell you, he does not like the Cowboys. This guy,
No.
you remember T.O. danced on the star?
Mm-hmm.
Juju Smith-Schuster danced on the star. Byard
Mm-hmm.
danced on the star. They do not
Mm-hmm.
like the Cowboys. I think it's going to be a big game, but
As
I
an
feel like it's
Eagles fan, that's always a plus that you don't like the Cowboys.
yeah. And I think this is the game that the Eagles lose for themselves. I don't feel like Dallas is going to beat the Eagles. I feel like Jalen Hurts is going to. I feel like yeah, Michael Parsons is going to get his penetration, but I also see that someone is going to get in Jalen Hurts' ear to just do what you do. and run.
That's what's going
If
to
you
have to
had
happen.
to, he's gonna go run. Don't worry about sitting in that pocket looking for that because it's not gonna happen all the time.
Right.
Make the throws, make those quick throws, and don't force anything because can't forget that Stephen Gilmore is still out there.
That's
However, I
true.
feel like Stephen Gilmore, Deron Bland, I feel like they're not going to shut down these Eagles' weapons because they're threatening and we cannot forget that Julio Jones is out there. He may not have the same speed to break away, but he is still very much relevant when he's on
Right.
that field. And then you got Dallas Goedert. Eagles have weapons, and I feel as though once they get out there, because I believe Van Der Esch is still hurt. I believe. Yeah, I'm all in on the Eagles this week. All in.
Absolutely. I mean, you mentioned that one guy, wasn't it Brand or Grand or whatever?
Deron Bland.
Yeah. He's got 3 returns for touchdowns already. 3 interceptions returned for touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
crazy to me. Like 3 in a whole season is a lot. He's already got it after 8 games.
yeah.
But you also said, when I said the over-under, that it was going to be high scoring. I completely agree with you because I don't see the defense. I see it being more of a shootout than a defensive struggle, than a battle,
Right.
like a trench war. This trench war, the Eagles are going to win on both of those, both sides.
Yes. Both
Because
sides.
we have the superior line in both counts.
Mm-hmm.
So, like if you look at that, you look at the possibility they'll probably go all out. Eagles will go out to contain CD and probably successfully do so. Since they can focus on that now, they don't have to, account for a lack of safety help. They can actually focus their safety there when they can move up Byard to do what he does best. And, float around at a second level. So I like what Byard brings to the offense, the defense, and he's going to be a difference maker of this game. Even if his stats don't say so, schematically he's going to make a difference. He's going to see what's going on, and they need those veteran eyes.
Yeah.
Back there. They need that. It'll make a huge difference.
Yeah, and that's one of the assessments I heard about after the Eagles acquired Kevin Byard is that he doesn't have the same athleticism that he always had, but one of the things that he does have is a lot of intelligence, a lot of smarts, and what he is one of those people that is really good at communicating with the rest of the team,
Yes,
rest of his defense, like where to be,
what they
position
needed
to be
even
in.
more than they needed a damn safety. They needed a defensive leader that was in the back of the back, like
and they haven't
linebackers.
had that since Malcolm Jenkins.
Exactly.
Like, cause and I hate to be an asshole,
if he can be,
CJ Gardner-Johnson wasn't that person. He was solid, but he wasn't that person. I think bringing in that veteran leadership that Byard brings is big for this team. Yeah.
Going back to the gambling aspect, the Cowboys are 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games. The over is 4-2 in the Cowboys' last 6 games. It will be in this one too. The Cowboys are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games versus Eagles. Not this week. They'll be 4-2 after this week. 11-2 straight up in their last 13 games versus NFC East opponents. The over is 5-0 in the last 5 meetings between these two teams. Obviously, it'll be the same this week. And the Eagles have won 8 straight games versus the NFC. And it's best team in the conference. Versus a team who has a history of actually being a threat to what they do, but I don't see it anymore. I don't see this Cowboys squad holding a candle to an improving Eagles team.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're adding pieces and players are coming back from injuries at the right time. It's a good recipe to go against the Cowboys this week. This is the best possible time to go against them. They're falling apart, and we're on a rise. Perfect situation. Yes. I love it.
I ain't got nothing else. I 100%. I'm all in on the Eagles this game. I feel like they're gonna try. They're gonna try their hardest to get that. I think what they're gonna try to do is try to make Jalen Hurts uncomfortable. But I think when you try to put too much on trying to do something with Jalen Hurts, like he's gonna hurt you one way or another.
Mm-hmm. He's
And I
got
feel
feet
like,
and he's got an arm.
yeah, and I feel like you don't want to key in too much on what Jalen's gonna do because you forget you got those dominant receivers who can make
Mm-hmm.
plays. They have the weapons. If you try to focus too much on Jalen, DeAndre Swift's gonna come out there. He's gonna run all over you. You try to stop that dynamic running options. They can throw it. It's Eagles are not a lot of people are gonna write the Eagles off in this game. A lot of people wrote the Eagles off at the beginning of the year, but there's a reason that they're 7-1. There's a reason
What does
why.
it take for? Sorry, go ahead.
No, there's the reason. I'm just saying there's a reason why the Eagles are 7-1.
Right.
The reason why they hold on and take these wins at the end.
What would it take for the Cowboys to win?
Honestly, I feel like what it would take for the Cowboys to win is turnovers. They need to make plays on defense. They need to stop the Eagles fat. They need to stop the Eagles early, and they need to keep that offense off the field and the defense on it. Because I feel like that's one of the problems the Eagles have is like just the defense will hold for a while,
Yeah.
but after a while, I feel like the defense will eventually get tired and they'll let it up. Because you got those young guys, and then that slot receiver. I feel like that's where they win. Is those short dink and dunk. Those is where they're gonna win. Is because they don't really have the slot covered in the middle of the field. I think that's where you're weak at. But I feel like that's it. If you just have the ball for a little while, because Eagles can make plays. They just have to be super conservative. That's the only way. You just keep the Eagles offense off the field and the defense on it. That's how Dallas wins. I just don't see that happening. I feel like Eagles are going to make the stops.
Right.
Because they just put the pressure on Dak. Because I feel like they'll put that pressure on Dak. And
we know how that
goes.
Yeah, we know how that goes. You put pressure on Dak, he collapses. They collapse even if you don't. It could just be a important game. So you can almost expect it to happen. It's like something stupid will happen in the fourth quarter involving Dallas. They'll have like a major turnover or a big penalty at a wrong time or something. It's just what they do. A fumble, butt fumble, whatever. They'll do something. Yeah, it's just standard Cowboys, Jerry Jones football.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I got the Eagles winning by 10 or so. What you think?
I could see that. That's a fair. I could see them winning by 10, between 7 and 10 points. Yeah.
How many rushing yards for what's his name? No, what's his name? Not Dorsett. What's the Cowboys running back?
Pollard.
Yeah, Pollard. My brain was thinking Dorsett. Yeah, Pollard. How many rushing yards?
As much as I want him to do, as much as I say I'd like to see him do well because he's on my fantasy team.
I'm sorry.
Pollard maybe gets 46 rushing yards.
Okay. Same question for Swift.
Oh, Swift's going to run all over that defense. Yeah, I get him 77 yards.
Not biased at all. All right, now
it's not. It's not biased. It's not biased. I feel like the Eagles' defense is going to shut that run down immediately. They don't have.
It's not a good run game. If the Eagles get the lead, it's a wrap.
Yeah, and I think Swift is just going to. He's quick. He's got the skill. And I think what the Eagles need to not do is try to put too much on Kenny Gainwell. Get that idea.
Oh God, yes. Keep him off. Don't even like. Yeah, keep him off the field as much as possible. Let Swift run if you're going to run it. Maybe even let Penny play finally. Or if he gets hurt, this is what we need him for. We need him for the crucial matchups.
Yeah, the speculation that I'm hearing is that they're saving Penny for the playoffs.
Yeah, I keep hearing that, but that doesn't make sense to me because how is he going to be ready for the playoffs if he isn't getting any rep?
Exactly.
So I see that as an excuse, and he's just done. But they don't want to admit it. Like he's done. That's what I think. He has nothing left, or he's too busted up to play. I don't know. All right, but yeah, now wide receiver. How many yards for CD?
CD is going to get 90. He's going to get 88, 90 yards. Okay. He's going to get I think he gets 10 receptions.
Damn. Okay, well, that's a lot of catches,
'Cause,
but fairly contained.
yeah, Dak is going to be throwing the passes to him quite a bit, but it's not going to do that much of anything.
All right, not quite the same question, but who's the Eagles' leading receiver?
AJ.
Okay.
I think it's going to be another like game like this past week.
Or everybody gets the ball but Goddard.
I mean, what I feel like is they're doing a lot. Dallas doing a lot of Goddard's blocking a lot, and I feel like they're going to need to use him a lot to and essentially shadow Michael Parsons.
Right.
Yeah,
I can see that. I like that idea, actually. Yeah.
I can see because I know how I would do it. I would, depending on like I would say, if I'm running out of that shotgun, out of that gun, I'm depending on what side Parsons is on. If
Right.
Goddard, if Michael Parsons on the other side, then running backs on that other side, and he's gonna block. If he's on the side where Goddard is, Goddard's gonna block. But whoever's blocking, the opposite guy gonna do a short route just to make sure. But that's just how I see it. But somebody's got to stay in there and be an extra blocker to catch that just in case. You need to stay on Jalen's hips. And just keep
over under 6 sacks for the Eagles.
I'm gonna say under, only because I feel like I'm gonna say under, but not.
I said 6, or you mean 5? That's
Yeah.
under.
I'm
still
saying
good.
like 5. Yeah, they'll get the sacks.
Okay.
I feel like in a lot of those sacks is gonna be Dak is gonna try to do something he ain't got no business doing, and he's gonna take the sack instead of throwing that interception.
Over under 2 interceptions for Hurts.
Under. Hurts doesn't throw the interception. He doesn't throw an interception.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm out of those types of questions.
Dak does throw interceptions this game.
Yes, he does. Absolutely. That's why I didn't even ask. I know he's going to throw interceptions.
Yeah, Dak's going to throw 2. Dak's going to throw 2 interceptions.
This is a real Eagles fan here, y'all. You can hear the bias in everything he says. But
no, I just see that the defensive line is going to be in Dak's face, and he's either going to have to take the sack or throw a desperation pass. It's going to get picked off. He's not going to be comfortable in that pocket at all. That offensive line is not protecting him.
Good. That's what I want. I want him to be at risk the whole game. I want him running for his life. That's all I need. So I guess good luck out there, Philly. Not that you really need too much of it, but go Birds. Fuck them boys. Them boys trash, and their fans trash, and their coach trash, and their owner trash, and their owner's son's trash. Probably an alcoholic.
Poor Stephen Jones.
All right.
He ain't did nothing to nobody.
He don't do nothing anyway. He don't do nothing. So
poor Stephen Jones.
Got a prediction score?
All right, prediction score. I got a prediction that the score is going to be 28 to 39. 28 to 39.
Eagles 49 to 10. Eagles win.
That would be perfect. That would be beautiful.
Statement game. Leave your mark, Eagles. This is the week to do it. You already beat San Fran.
Do it.
Beat the Cowboys. Just shows there are no threats to your throne. Just knock them off. Yeah, please. That's my opinion on Cowboys, but please.
All right. And on that note, I have but one thing to say. I say it every week.
What that is.
We can't all be starters, but there's one place that we'll always have room for you.
Is it hell?
Mm-hmm. Not really.
Oh,
Could be.
where is it? Let me know where it is. How do we get there?
You get there by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Hit the bench.
Peace, y'all.